the course outline is more or less in the handout. So in the handout, you have what we're supposed to be reading for each class. The course assignment and deadline. So the deadline should be preferably before the last class. So you can submit it anytime if you like. Except I would prefer it before the last class. I would still accept it in the last class, but I prefer it before the last class. And the assignment is basically what you learn, and you just have to go on and pick based on the items that you learn, and you go in and pick a couple of preferred stocks. You have 5,000 to invest, and you just tell me what you're gonna pick and why. You know, based on, you know what I mean, the stuff that you learn in the class. Now, I'm getting to know each other a bit better. I know Terrence Ray. I kind of know why he wants to invest. You know, he's an entrepreneur. But maybe you want to tell the folks why you decided to take this class.
Well, as Emilio indicated, indeed, my name is Terrence Ray. I'm an entrepreneur here in St. Martin. I own several businesses, but I think the most well known is Let's Travel, which I bought 2 years ago from the previous owners. I also own and operate a company called Air St. Martin, which is a surprise to many people because everyone knows about Winair and Winland Express and Insulair, but they don't know anything about Air St. Martin. But you know, maybe in a year I'll rectify that when we get our own planes. But basically, we operate as a virtual airline, so we use all the operators to execute our flights. So indeed, Winair and Winland Express are our main operators here on St. Martin. So you will see the Winair flights landing, but it can't be an Air St. Martin flight, and you wouldn't know because, of course, there's no name on the aircraft. That being said, the reason why I'm here is because as an entrepreneur here on the island, I think anyone who is an entrepreneur knows as well. When you go to SUB, you cannot get insurance as a self-employed entrepreneur. You have to take out private insurance, and you also have to build up your own pension in your own private arrangement with a pension fund, one of insurance or whatever. But I really don't believe in that. As a matter of fact, my family have a pension fund with Nagico. And the last time I went to review it, I expected it to be $50,000 in pension savings, and it was only $500. And I was explaining that, you know, the market went down and this and that happened, and they used all our premiums that we paid to pay off the lost deficit that the company incurred with our pension plan. So I decided, you know what, instead of me putting money into a pension plan that is operated by or managed by a third party, I'm going to do it myself. Emilio always talked really about preferred stocks, and I was a bit skeptical about it because to me the stock market and the bond market is like one gigantic global casino. And as an entrepreneur, I rather have things in my own hands that I can control. If I have a business, I manage the business myself, I do everything, I see what comes, I see what goes out, so I know where the money's coming from, where it's going. When you invest in a stock in a company, you know, or via an investment fund, it's out of your hands. And as an entrepreneur, that I'm a bit, how do you call that?
Control freak.
Control freak. I rather have things in my own hand. So that's why I was always skeptical about investing in stocks. But when Emilio announced his course and I bought the book he recommended, it was an eye-opener. I said that on Facebook, right? It was an eye-opener because all these years I had no clue that, you know, in preferred stocks you have that privilege of determining which stocks you want to invest in, if they have a guaranteed return on your investment in the form of fixed dividends. But that because I don't really research it. So I really have to thank Emilio for opening my eyes, and that's why I'm here now tonight to attend school, because I gladly support it, and I think more of us should get aware of what's being taught in these schools.
Yeah. Thanks, Sharu.
Good evening. I know I have a long story. I just don't feel that when you have money that when you put it on an account, they have a limited interest, which is actually lower than the inflation. So when you put money on a bank account, you will lose money. And I work to improve myself, not to make somebody else rich.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for other venues to increase my hopefully someday wealth.
Okay, thanks. Byron?
Good evening, everyone.
is Myron Xavier. And the reason why, the first thing that comes to my mind is a lot around Emilio, and we always talk about business. And one of these things about investments and that kind of thing. So I always ask him all kind of questions, and we talk about a lot about it and how he started and everything. And I always was interested, but I never take a step. And I said, well, give him the call, let me come, get the knowledge and information he can give you. And now he will show me how to do the best thing. Yeah. That's why I like to learn.
I like that. Yeah, I like it.
Good evening. My name is Malika Morgan. Well, reason why I'm here. I guess bottom line is I'm thinking in the next couple of years, about 30 years maybe, when I go on pension, it won't even be enough for me to live off of. So, stuff like that I think about. In school, I learned I had finance. You learn about it, but it doesn't go in depth and it will show you, and that wasn't really my major either. So you just get basic. So I know a little bit, but I've never really delved into it or dig anything. So that's another reason why I'm here, because I'm always interested. And going to school in the States, you realize that it's totally different. They talk about, you should invest, you should do this at a young age and start doing it at a young age. I'm like, okay, what happened to, how come we never learn these things home, So,
Okay.
one of the reasons, that's a couple of reasons.
Couple of reasons. Okay. Yes.
My name is Nate Violinus. Since like around 2000, between 2000 and 2002, I had myself become interested in the world of stocks and bonds and all that kind of stuff, but I never actually made the step to get my feet wet. I'm familiar with all the terminology and the jargon and that kind of stuff. I used to read the Motley Fool. We communicate on Facebook and stuff like that. And when you said you were going to give a class, I was like, okay, well, I was time to stop beating around the bush and actually jump in. That's it.
Good evening, I'm Desmond Simo. Well, for me, it started the day when I went to Kara Old Lady to collect our pension. And when I see the amount of money that she paid, I said, well, wow, that can't be right. So I said, well, so just imagine that later on when it's my turn, that I won't be able to take care of my living expenses. So what happened is a day, Emilio came to our church to explain something about finances. And from ever since that, we have been corresponding, and then he invited me to the school. So that's what I'm here.
Thank you.
My name is Cherise. I think my story is similar to everybody's. I see that my parents are getting older and they're both still working, even though they're pensionable age, because it's in their best interest to keep it going. They have a mortgage, etc. We live in longer, so how do I know that my pension that I have set aside with Nagico and Enya is going to last till I die? I can live to 100, and then what's going to happen? So I'm just looking at the future, and I'm young, so I want to jump in now, even though I really don't have any money, to, make it go forward faster.
This is fucking
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. My name is Mina Richardson. The reason why I decided to want to follow this course is because I know Mr. Emilio from practicing with him with campaign. When you came and you gave a presentation and I thought, and I heard some good reviews from other persons about you and your capabilities. So I said, I've always been interested in learning about stock. I do read whatever I see on the internet, and I always said, any way I can improve my finances and that of my children, that is what I'm going to learn. And it's a challenge, so I'm up for the challenge.
So like I said, the real life experience for me is basically, this was the beginning for me.